What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the IEL League. Tonight we're gonna have a battle of the orgs tonight. We got Oblivion Void going up against Oblivion Eclipse, and it looks like we're gonna be starting things off right away. Not a whole lot of time to talk about what's gonna be happening here, but I will let you know it's gonna be starting out on Scar here, and we'll see if the teams are gonna be equipped to take on this type of challenge with the inner org battle going on. We'll see who's coming out hotter in this one. Will it be Eclipse or will it be Void? And well, that's a good opening made to start things off here. We'll see who's able to soak the time. So far, it has been Void, getting a couple of kills off the opening break. Omar with a third one toward Market as well. And with that 4 dead, now a chance for Void to soak and potentially push through, trying to flip the spawns here. Omar staying alive, playing his life well, waiting for his reinforcements. Summon looking for the last one on White Wall, and he's going to find it. And so far, it's just been all Void in the kill feed here, getting the early P1 time and also flipping the spawns for new. So good stuff on the opening of Scar. It can be difficult to do if you get those kills, off the opening. That makes it a whole hell of a lot easier. But Eclipse not going out without a fight here. We're going to get a couple of kills on Old and make things tied on up going into the P2. So rotation will be favoring them for the moment, but I mean, it's just Dank at the moment. He's going to need some help, and his teammates all the way across the map spawning up pretty deep here. That will force a team kill, that lineup at the moment. Spooch looking for a nice nade. Both players up here. This might land on both of them here, but the gap has been closed, and it's summoned to shut down, well, everybody, including a teammate. Like a couple team kills already going through here, and we'll see if Void can hold this, because they're getting all the gunfights at the moment. Seems like they've come out the gates a little bit hotter in this one, and we'll see if they can keep this trend as we go toward new. P3 Plain Hill can be a difficult hill to lock down, or it can be incredibly easy. Depends on how you set up, I feel like, more importantly than some of the other hills on this map. That Plain Hill can be so deadly to try and deal with, and it will be Oblivion Eclipse. One last attempt to try and get some stragglers at Old, and so far it's just been Void shutting them down. That's about the 30-point threshold, the lead, I should say, that they're going for here. Sorry, knowing about the wallbang tech on Old. Glad to see somebody else who knows about that. Kind of an uncommon strat, but at this point in the year, you guys should be knowing all about that kind of stuff. Nice win from Summon, though, on a new, and he's going to have some help on the way. A couple more players for the White Wall you're going to have to find. Here's one. Shots are going to be off the mark from Sire. He goes for this repeat. Summon lights him up, and, well, now Sire just has to stay down, waiting for his teammates on the flip side. He does a great job. Patience pays off. It's going to be Eclipse getting on to the time here. Spooch on a 3. Big losing lie. And speaking of 3, well, we're seeing a couple of them. Dank and Zenith having a little bit of a rough go of it to start things off, both on 3 and 10. 3 and 11 now. Having a little bit of a rough go of it. It hasn't mattered too much yet. You know, it was really just a P2 that Void was able to soak, but they gotta be careful. They gotta spawn in soon here, because, I mean, the kills have been all purple so far as well. I mean, purple and white for both of these orgs is a little bit confusing, but you can see them clearly in the kill feed here. Oblivion Eclipse with the white arrows on this map, and need to get something going. Omar, well, you're gonna knife your teammates, so maybe that's something on the rotation. Dank looking to try and find a gap, but the gap wasn't enough, and well, it's going to be a Void. Another rotation successful for you, and Vibe with a 2-piece on the lineup there. Nice gunfight wins from him. Controlling White Wall well, but he's lost a couple of his teammates from the front. He's able to get one, but will get traded. Now Spooch and crew trying to push through to flip these spawns and get a little bit of hill time here, because this is starting to get out of control. Spooch with a nice double to maintain a little bit of that presence here, and Summon and Vibe still spawning in the back, so good stuff for Void here. Good patience, and Vibe with a knife kill. 19 kills already. Having himself a start to this Scar HP right now, doing his thing in that aspect, and we'll see if they can keep this pace up, because this has been pretty electric so far. And I'm curious, Eclipse, are you going to be able to get anything going here? I know it's, still very early. Maybe the gunning not exactly warm yet, but this has been pretty one-sided so far in this first rotation. Everybody across double digits for Void, and still Eclipse looking to try and get the sling up a notch here. Rotation is going to be on, and guess who's here? It's the purple team. They got all their bases covered. Omar so far pushed out as well toward White Wall. He's going to back up for now. He will get taken down. The Vibe map does pick up one. That'll slow the approach for the moment. Spooch will get taken down from top green, and it's just been hold after hold from Void early on to this one. Looking to try and soak the remainder. P5 can be a kind of a mixy hill to try and soak. Nade spam especially can be super annoying on this hill in particular, but you got the pinch coming through. It's Omar with the double on the last 2 to clean up, and well, now the space that you've gathered is just gone. And also, Oblivion Void, you know, trophies are online at this point. You saw the nades going straight into that trophy system. So, you know, when those early kills go your way, you can get trophies incredibly early on. And that is definitely something that you've got to be wary of. Nice reach, though, from Summon. Gets the credit on one for Old here, and it's just been all purple going forward. The second rotation is going to have to be a lot better, I feel like, for Eclipse here if they're going to make an effort. You know, they're not down a tremendous amount, you know, despite how hard they're getting outslayed right now. You know, 60, 70 points isn't the worst look ever. You know, they're making it, you know, decently competitive, I guess you could say, with how, you know, drastic the slaying has been on this start, but we'll see if they can get involved more so in slaying on the second row. Nice double from Sire. Catches both players with their head turned. Looking for the third one's not going to find it. Scrooge going to get aggressive off of the hill, and I'm not sure if I love that from him. Looking to try and get the trade. He's going to get punished for it. Now you're back into the trap here. If you're Eclipse, it's just Sire that is able to get out. And, well, he does get another double kill, so this man putting on a performance here on this P1. We'll see if you can keep that going the rest of the map. You're really going to need the rest of your teammates to help you out a little bit here. And P1, maybe not the end-all be-all for the time. You got to keep this consistent, as it's going to be Zenith starting to do what he needs to do. Heating up here with the NPC 3 spree on P1. We'll see if that gap starts to close here. This P2 is going to be everything, though. I do feel like if you lock down this P2, if you're Eclipse, you're right back into it. This is where you lost the majority of the time last rotation. We'll see if they can lock it down on this one. Dank on the hill, shouldering, doing his thing to try and stay alive, waiting for his teammates, but he doesn't need them. He's going to win the 1v1 himself. Legacy and Omar, the last ones to try and clean up. It's going to be Legacy for the first, but not the second. So Eclipse, so far, so good on this P2 here. One more thing on this hill, just trying to slow roll this one, playing the teamwork, playing the crossfires beautifully, but that 4 dead will finally get you the break you needed, but how long will it last? You still have Zenith here, looking to put up a fight for a little scrap time, maybe not a ton. It looks like actually they are going to fight for this. This is 20 seconds after all. It was a little bit more than I thought, but rotations for new are going to be on in, and Oblivion Void, they're here, but I will say, all in all, a great return to form there from Eclipse. They rotate early. They finally are starting to win some of those gunfights they were losing the first time around and making it competitive, but I mean, still vibed. I mean, on 32 right now, on pace to really drop a 50 if he keeps this trend up. If this one goes the distance, we see a close game in the end. He could potentially reach that threshold, and we'll see if he needs to. Void going to be on new, but not a clean setup by any means, as it's going to be a 3 dead, and Zenith on the time as well. So Eclipse not rotating early, but it hasn't mattered so far. Just winning the gunfights on this rotation. We'll see how long they can hold here. It's going to be Zenith with the double, but that'll be short-lived. His teammates die, and Legacy pushing forward for some space, but that might have been a mistake. Yeah, you didn't block the back, and now Eclipse just gifted the spawns for P4 now. It's going to be that 3 dead, Spooch the last one up, and I think he's still spawning in the back of P2. Maybe? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, they do get gifted the spawns back, so no harm, no foul, I guess. That was definitely a mistake that could have been costly if somebody from Eclipse stayed alive, but unfortunately nobody was able to, and now you're going to have to do the hard part, and that is re-breaking the back, but they get all the kills on the row, and the split spawns are going to be out, so maybe not as hard as it otherwise would have been here. Summon in the back, the only one local to try and make a play, and he's going to get cleaned up. Spooch finds him. And now, I mean, you have a chance to soak a lot of fill time here if you are Eclipse. Only down about 30 seconds. They can even take the lead on this one, despite how dire it looked in the early straights. They are right within the swinging distance, and try and make a dent into this P4. Dank from the front shuts down one. 2 players in the back. You're going to have to find that one of them gets a nade kill. Survived. The only one left alive in the back to try and salvage some of this time, but it's not going to matter. He gets cleaned up as well, and this has just been good looks from Eclipse. They'll take the lead now in the second half of this map. Starting to awaken, starting to slay a little bit better. It took him a little bit for the gunny to get warmed up, and, you know, I can't blame him. You know, you're probably just getting home, just getting on. Hands are cold. It happens, but they have arrived now. They've taken the lead, and they're poised to potentially flip these spawns as well, because Sire able to get one toward mid. This big 1v1 here for Omar. If he could find it, this is for the rotation. But is he going to find the timing window? He does get one. There's more players on the doorstep, though, and he doubles up, finds both. Zenith now in the hill, but doesn't matter because the spawns are going to be in the back. But Omar, nice reads coming through. He does get one off a spawn. Void do collapse on the rest, though, and they will stabilize. So it's been a good run from Eclipse. Void finally shutting it down, and how long can you hold them off here is really the question. It seems like the slaying has just flipped on its head in the latter stages of this map. Bide looking to try and shut it down because he's lost his reinforcements from the front. The spawns are going to flip right on back. It's just kind of on a knife's edge with these spawns on this hill. Summon looking to try and put an end to their reign of terror, and he's going to get 3 kills for his efforts. Trying to find the 4. The shots are going to land. Sire gets wallbanged. Nade. Team kill going to come out, and honestly, Avoid, if they just back up here, they hold them in, they might be able to spawn trap, but no, they're not going to be back in time to block the spawns, and maybe another missed opportunity here for Void on this rotation. They will get bailed out, though. Could have been Mixie and Spooch, technically still here, so still can get Mixie on these blue spawns as 3 are going to fall. A nice nade, clean up the hill. Kitten on time there, and Summon looking for the final player. Oh, not quite able to turn and burn there. Spooch able to get another one as well, just staying alive, doing his thing back here, but we are having an incredibly close affair. This has all the makings of going to a final, maybe even plain hill here, potentially. Usually the game ends on P2, but with how low scoring and contest heavy this has been, it's probably looking up, shape up to be a P3 finish here on the 3rd and final rotation. We'll see if that needs to be the case or not here. Sire finds the net, able to clean 1 up on the time. P1 time is really not where you're going to make a break on this game. It's this rotation to P2. If you can get a decent chunk of change, 30 or 40 seconds on P2, you could potentially close it out here because Plain Hill can be Mixie as well. So you need to try and lock down P2. Legacy's here, but he's going to need some help. He'll get cleaned up as well here. Vive and Summon up toward the top, getting pinched, sandwiched from both angles, and it's Zenith with the hat trick to get it done. All 3 from him. The route pays off. And now Oblivion Void are going to look to try and break. Legacy wins a big 1v1 toward Market, and now backtracking, flooding with his team. We'll see if this pays off for him. They find both kills from the front. Zenith on a 4, but he can't live for much longer. It's the overwhelming Purple Surge pushing forward to get some of these kills, but it's still not anything, or it's still not decisive. Anything but clear cut here. I mean, it has been a back and forth hill, which from either of these teams is going to make everything so much more stressful. So now you're guaranteed to have to rotate toward this P3 hill. I mean, honestly, the way this game has gone, we might even see a P4 potentially with how back and forth this has been. I don't know if I've ever seen a P4 ending on the 3rd rotation on this hill, or on this map before, all year, really. This might be the first time. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not here. A big 1v1 win from Omar, and everybody on Oblivion Void crossing that 40 kill threshold, but it might not matter in the end. It's not about kills, it's about the objective, and Dank with the 3-piece on the hill cleans everybody up, gets the wipe, and now a chance for Eclipse to start soaking here while they avoid all the quad nades on the hill. But is the pressure going to be enough here? Vive and Summon pushing forward. They're going to get a couple of kills here as well, and this might come down to the game clock as well. Keep an eye on that 28 seconds and winding down here. We'll see if that ends up being the case, because neither of them can win here. We are indeed going to be heading to that P4 after all. I haven't seen this all year. This is kind of crazy how contest heavy this map has been and how much white time there's really been on this map. It'd be a heartbreaker for Void to lose, considering how much they have been outslaying this map so far, but it's not about the kills, it's about how you play the objective. Oblivion Void with the 2-second edge, but we're heading to P4, and it's Eclipse that are here. How long can you hold, though? You need to hold off the spawners here. Number 8 going up top, Legacy, to try and make a huge place on the staircase. Dank, though, going to be trying to stay alive for the moment. Gets a bad timing. Legacy now in, but you need to stay down and get something going. Sire, though, the only one left, and it's Void late into this one. And do you play the time, or do you play the 250 here? Is going to be a question for both these teams to consider. With the clock winding down, it's still incredibly mixy. You can get off the time, but you want to try and stay on as long as you can. 3 falling yet again. 1 more left alive. Omar in the back. 12 seconds left. We might even go to P5 here if these guys keep contesting as heavily as they are right now. Omar staying alive, doing his thing. Dank staying down on the time. You need to contest for a few more seconds, and that might just be enough. Oblivion Void, 5 seconds left. You got to flood from the front. Sire looking to try and make it happen, but Omar shuts it down. 51 from him. And what a map of Call of Duty. I don't know if I should be impressed or not, because nobody wanted to get on the hill, or maybe everyone wanted to get on the hill too much. It's kind of hard to tell if they were Killhorn, or it just seemed like it was just contested so heavily. There's a reason I haven't seen that all year. My goodness. What a map number 1. I don't think I'm going to be seeing that one again in BO7, let me tell you. And it will be Oblivion Void squeaking out that victory at the very end. 250 to 244. What a scoreline to start things off here. Map number 1, and I mean, yeah, 50 bombs, 51 from Omar, 40 bombs from, I mean, like 5 different people on that in that lobby. That's one of those ones where I'm not gonna lie, maybe a little bit more setups and stuff in the future to VOD to look back on for sure. But I'm not gonna lie, it felt like it was just a bang out. Everybody was just W keying at the hill, so I don't even know if there was too many mistakes or if that was just contest heavy, really. So we'll head to map number 2. It's gonna be a raid SND. I don't want to, call chickens before they hatch or anything, but that was a crazy map number 1. I have a feeling this one might go all the way to 5, if I'm being honest here with how that map of number 1 looked. I mean, we'll see if that's going to be the case. I know it started off a little bit rough for Eclipse, but they locked in toward the end. Probably could have been a map they won. They just, down the tail end, ran out of steam. Void able to clutch up, and I'm not going to lie, Void, you outkilled them by, I'm not exactly sure what the margin was at the very end. 20 to 30 kills, probably somewhere around there. Maybe more, maybe less than that, but that map probably should have been, I mean, a lot more decisive for Void in the end there. The fact that it was that close when you're outslaying them by that margin, that just leads me to believe that there was definitely mistakes involved in that one. So we'll see if they can lock it in on this search and destroy. We're going to be loading on in right now. No breaks required. Starting this SND off hot here. Void with the narrow victory in the first one. We'll see if they start hot here. It's going to be who else but Vibed getting the first blood with the sniper back basketball. Looking for the second one. They're going to plant the bomb. And it will go down, but this is now a pretty rough situation. Dank surrounded. Hands up, buddy. Summon looking for you in the corner. He'll find you, Zenith. You are trapped, my friend. 4 falling. Nobody dying on Void. And they'll get the defuse to start things off on raid here. So good stuff coming through. Huge opening bloods. And just not enough trades in the end for Eclipse. And I meant to do predictions before we started, but I guess I could just ask you guys in chat. And you guys already kind of did it a little bit here. Press 1 for Void. Press 2 if you guys think Eclipse is going to win in the chat, just so I can get a little head count of what you guys think was going to happen. Disregard the very close map number 1. Disregard the 1-0 advantage. Give me your guys' thoughts of before the series started. I'm actually really curious what you guys are thinking here. Because I probably would have had Void as well, but just based on how close that map number 1 was, especially with how hard they're outslaying, I don't know, man. This is going to be anybody's series. Zenith, back toward Laundry, needs some help. Spooch going for a window, but he's going to get shut down. Yeah, by himself. Didn't love that. Didn't really have any cover fire. Vibe toward mid. Going for a sniper's chow, but he might get wallbanged. Yeah, bit off a little bit more than he could chew there. Now this gunfight's going to be everything. Omar pushing super aggressive. They planted A, but he didn't get the memo. He wants the kills instead. Now just playing for the rat back in a prime position to shut him down. Yeah, you're not reading that one. Now Sire, 1v3. Good luck. Omar throwing the meanest shoulders of his career there. And he's just going to run you down. One more to find. He wants it. And he should be able to clean it up here with the Jaeger in hand. Oblivion Void taking care of business. 2 rounds in a row now. And I will say pretty decisive rounds at that. Hardpoint maybe less clear cut, but so far the search and destroy, it's been Voids. Setting the pace. We'll see how Eclipse respond. They're going to need to get something going here soon. Still not out of it, though. Curious if anybody on Eclipse is going to snipe, because I know Vibe for sure is probably going to keep the boomstick out. I've seen this guy do some highlight reel plays in the past. Dank going to get super aggressive. Surprised they not get child from kitchen. Yeah, Legacy finally will clean him up there. Make sure nobody was sniping first. Got to make sure that's the case. And it looks like Zenith might be AFK. I'm not sure what's going on with Zenith. Hopefully he's able to spawn in here. He's going to be in a gunfight next. He does get 1. It looks like Zenith, yeah, did disconnect. So, not sure if that round will count or not. We might just be at 2-0 here and have a reset. We'll, probably take a quick break. Hopefully Zenith's able to load back in soon. We'll probably end the game here in a second. But I'm assuming that round probably will be 3-0 because the round technically did play out. Nobody ended the game, but I don't know. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. You could argue one or the other, but regardless, it's going to be a lead for Void going into a potential reset here, and they look like the team to beat, man. Just running it down, getting the trades, playing as a unit, especially, well, definitely in this search and destroy. Maybe less so in the hard point, but still a chance. And it looks like we got multiple people leaving the lobby now, crashing. So, yeah, looks like we will reset here. We'll send it back to me real quick while we get things situated. And I'm not sure, maybe it gave me host or something. I don't know what the hell happened. It looks like, yeah, okay, it didn't get me host. I was making sure real quick. I don't think it does that. Maybe I don't know. The podcaster gets gifted host when the host crashes or whatever, but regardless, doesn't matter too much. It'll either be 2 or 3-0 on this reset. I'm going to send it to a quick break. We'll be right back with the rest of the map number 2 here in just a sec. Back with the remainder of map number 2 here. I did get confirmation. I believe it is 3-0 now. I had a feeling that round would count, but wasn't sure if they wanted to, you know, be gentlemen and with the crash happening at the start of the round or not. So it will be 3-0 for Void here, and they look poised to take this clean, man. They haven't really made too many mistakes yet, and they are absolutely flying at the moment. Vibed off the mark with the first, but not the second one. Don't give him a reach out. He'll rip you here. And Dank looking to try and find it. But I still have faith in Vibes. Had to go and check to make sure he didn't hit a crazy shot. I missed a couple from him before, but it's going to be Void shutting down the stragglers, and it is another clean round coming through on the defense. 4-0 up now. 2 more to close, and with the way things are looking, I mean, Eclipse, you got to come up with a new game plan or something to make a fight happen, because it has just not been particularly close at all in any of these rounds, really. I guess you could argue one round there was a DC, but even in that round wasn't exactly close for the rest of the team. But we'll see what Eclipse are going to be cooking with, and hopefully it's going to be with ingredients and not just nothing. Bunch of nothingness. Oh, Spooch going to pull out the sniper this time. Interesting to see that already. Zenith with the sub in this position. Not exactly ideal, but it's going to be aggression toward ring. And look at where Vibed is at with the sniper. This guy is feeling himself. He's pushing this aggressive with the boomstick here. And he might be able to get a free kill as well. Probably could have went around, but he's going to shortcut. And it's going to pay off regardless. Doesn't matter. Zenith, though, in a gunfight for the bomb planter. And he's going to dip out. Still a 3v3. Plenty of time for Void. And they're going to lay the rock. So how do you play this now? Oh, the timing. The timing is everything. And, well, it's Vibed with another window. Picks up an NPC. Going for the quick scope. Maybe not exactly an ideal situation for him to be in. Gives his life back. 2v2 now. Dank spots 1. But this route coming through for Sire might be a little too slow. We'll see if he's able to find anything here. And it looks like Summon has backtracked. He's going to get the first straggler. Dank for the trade. But is it going to be enough? You got Omar in the window. And he just has to play the time now. Really not a whole lot to be done. You got to go for the chase, and Dank knows it. Can you find the window? No, the shot's too off the mark. You get the kill, but you spend too much time hunting in the process there. If that was a little bit cleaner, I'm not going to lie, Dank probably could have found that defuse. Unfortunate for him. Gets the ace, but doesn't get rewarded. It's Void. Map point now. Looking to cement the raid dominance. And if I remember back, a couple weeks ago, it's been a while, but I'm still, it's still ingrained in my memory. I remember both of these teams did not drop a round against their competition a while back on this map in particular. And I was curious what the square up on this map was going to be like. I did not expect this, though. Void absolutely pummeling you on this map. I thought it would be a bang-out round 11 type deal, but it has been a one-sided affair, to say the least here. Eclipse looking to try and get a couple of kills, and they finally will get the trade advantage while I say that, and then immediately it's handed back. Still 2v2, though. Sire looking to... Oh, okay. He's going to look to go into a pre-nade. I'm not sure what the comms were there, but that was not good, and honestly, kind of glad it's over now. Send us to map 3, because that was brutal. Yeah, the comms were, hey, I'm nading kitchen. And then, he's like, wait, what? And then he died. So, yeah, a little miscommunication there at the end, and maybe a round Eclipse could have had, potentially there. They finally got some trades, but just wasn't enough. And that will do it. So, 6-0 in the search. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that, right? That was just a statement from Void here. And I thought this might go 5. We might be out of here early, if that's the case, if they're absolutely cooking with gas right now. So, we'll see if, something can happen on this overload, because that was just, that wasn't even freaking close, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully the next respawn will be a little bit better. We're gonna head back to that Scar on overload, and, I mean, you saw how close map number 1 was. It really surprised to see how this one panned out, but it's up to Eclipse now to try and pull off the reverse sweep. I'm gonna send it to a quick break while I have a chance here, and we'll be back with what could be the final map here in a moment. guys are really trying to speed run this. I do appreciate that. Sometimes it takes a while to get into the game. These guys are just running it. They don't care too much about the hosting scene. They got a neutral, and they are flying through these maps like nothing. Void looking to try and close it out in 3. Eclipse looking to hang on here for dear life to try and get some momentum to start a reverse sweep. And if it has to start, it has to start here. Got Dank behind enemy lines. He's able to find one off spawn. Knows there's a second one here, and the NPC at that range is going to be deadly. Omar completely out of the play. That one's going to go through. No chance of him to make an impact, and he knows it. But he's got to be careful. His team might get pummeled back here. It's one of those situations where you might have to wrap back and help your team. He's so far out of the play, it might lead to another cap. And yeah, I'm not sure if I love this potential play from Omar. It's going to be a potential second one already on the board. Eclipse striking while the iron is hot, getting the double up. And yeah, like I said, just maybe a mistake from Omar. Just needed to wrap back in that situation, help out your team in the spawn. I know it could be tempted to go to spawn kills, but your team wasn't really getting any kills to begin with here. Now a chance for a third one, potentially already. Oblivion Void pushing forward, but will get stopped at the goal line here. 3 falling, and well, Eclipse starting to finally get something going here. 2-0 lead early into this half, looking to try and make it more than that. They are just absolutely gunning them at the moment. Oblivion Void struggling in the kills department. Not really struggling in the kills department, I should say. Maybe just struggling with some of the waves that they're getting, letting up here. But with that 3 dead, now have a chance for themselves to finally clear out of their spawn and get some breathing room. Something they have not had a ton of so far. Summon for 1. How much more are you able to find? Looks like Omar with a nice rip on the 2, and that might be the go button. It should be. Legacy already pushed up toward blue, looking to try and find a couple awesome spawn. Does get one. Nice shots coming through. Gets the help on that assist as well. And now Sire left to clean up the pieces, but it doesn't matter. Omar with the wrap through. Nice route coming through. He's gone. First one on the board for the Void, and we might be seeing the paint train on its way. Legacy getting 3 on that life there. And, well, somebody's throwing a smoke, so I'm not sure who the hell threw that, but yeah, it was Zenith. I found the culprit. I found you. We know who it was now. Caught you in 4K. I don't think they'll care too much about that if I'm being real. Hopefully they just play on. So I know smoke grenades and respawn, you know, is usually like a big, you know, forfeit map type deal when people are minor infraction, I guess you could say, that people try and abuse. But hopefully these teams play nice. We don't have to deal with any of that. I'm assuming they're going to play on, especially since, you know, it was Eclipse that threw the smoke at the end. I don't think Void care too much, but it didn't really amount to a whole lot here. So far, it's back to parity. They go. Eclipse clearing their base. Sire trying to get one in market. He will, but instantly traded on out. And, well, it seems like everything is kind of stabilized. The dust has settled, and we're left with a 2-1 edge for Eclipse here. You got Legacy behind you that you're going to need to deal with soon. Dank maybe gets out of market at a poor time, or maybe not. Does get one for free, lurking around this area, trying to find anything else that he can, but he's going to get a shot in the back. Omar cleans him up, and it's just kind of ring around the rosy in mid-map right now. What is up, Tobias? I see you in the chat. Shout out, Tobias. How you doing, man? How's your night been going? How's everybody else's night been going, chat? I'm having a great one right now. Just chilling, vibing, watching some high-tier Call of Duty. And we'll see if this ends up being a 3-0 or not. Oblivion on the doorstep to try and tie things up. Vibed a little bit off the mark with those final shots. A little too low to try and convert that one. If he gets that one, that's probably a second one on the board here. But Eclipse, despite how it started, have been pushed back pretty far into the depths of their spawn. Looking to try and put up a fight. Spooch with this route, though, might be able to catch him off guard in mid. Tags him down low. That's going to lead to a trade, and so that means the drone isn't going to be ran here. So good defense from Eclipse. Holds on to their spawn positioning and now has a chance to push forward. That drone carrier will get stopped. Zenith's low HP, but does slip the net. Nobody playing for him either. He's behind enemy lines. He could make a huge play, but it's summoned with the double to shut them down. Spooch with the answer back on 2 of his own, and still, I mean, not out of the woodwork. This might be a cap coming through if you're quick about it. Spooch can't stay alive, though. It's vibed. And it's just back and forth at the goal line. This is nerve-wracking. Now it's just vibed in the corner, but he's in an excellent spot to shut down everybody. Lines up. The entire team saw where that nade came from, I do believe, but he wants to make sure No shenanigans happen. It'll be Void with the chance in OT here. We'll see if they can get something on the board. Vibe is going to need some help eventually here. And he is surrounded. Just going to deal with the drone, and that should be the round. And Sire with the final 2 to send us to the second half. So a much better effort in this map than it was in the Search and Destroy from Eclipse, I will say. Looking a lot better. I mean, the hard point was incredibly close as well, so it's not like the respawn prowess hasn't been there. Maybe some Search and Destroy woes for sure on Raid. But they're going to need to win this map to start the reverse sweep, and, well, they started off well. We'll see if they can finish strong. It's been kind of a tug-of-war, though, after those first couple of scores settled. This opening break is going to be important for both of these teams. So far, it's been pretty back and forth in the slaying, pretty even across the board, I will say. I mean, Void, you know, has the better edge of the slaying, and that's kind of been how it's been the whole series. But despite that, Void, especially in the respawns, has not been the best at converting those kills into objective scores. So, now the ball, I mean, ball's in Eclipse's court. If you can win this opening break, you can put them in an immediate spawn trap position, and we'll see if that's going to be the case here. Dank cleaning up one on the pinch. The drone is going to get collected. Look at where Spooch is at, all the way in your base, looking to make a play. Is going to get shut down here. Trades are on in. Dank for another one. Sire going for the route. I'm not sure where exactly he's going to decide to go. Might have picked the wrong lane, and it's going to be Omar shutting you down. Not sure if I love that play coming through from Sire. I do understand getting into blue to try and pinch one lane or the other, but probably had to regroup with his team there. Wasn't able to do so, and, well, this 3 dead might lead to another score coming through. The audible coming through. Legacy already cleared this side. This should probably be a guaranteed dunk, especially with Legacy getting that double up, and he will indeed put that one through. Omar puts the second one in, and we are all tied up here. 4 minutes left to play in this one, and this one has all the makings of going to the wire. If you guys are just tuning in as well, map number 1 went all the way down to a P4 finish on the 3rd rotation of Scar. It might go down to the wire in OT here as well. Oblivion, no, with the 4 dead. Eclipse trying to put them in the blender here, but they might have got caught with their pants down. Spooch behind enemy lines. Can you make the run happen? No. Too far out of the plate, and Void clutching up at the goal line. I know we saw this a lot from teams at Champs, just clutching over and over at the goal line, especially I feel like Optitex did a great job of doing that on that specific portal there on this side. Void doing their best Optic impersonation. Trying to clutch up when it matters here, and Spooch staying alive. Huge bleed from him. Maybe a little bit greedy on that 4th, but the damage has been done. Eclipse can now breathe a little bit. A lot of time still to play for, and this map positioning is going to be crucial. These gunfights are so important on this red side of the map to be able to push forward. Dank gets another one as well. Legacy drops mid, and that's going to be the 4 dead as well. We're going to get parallels coming through from both sides. Can 7 make a crucial gunfight happen toward plane? He can. That'll slow the momentum as well. He's not able to force them to funnel through towards mid, and that might be a mistake coming through as well. Spooch tries to slip the net. Where do you go if you're Spooch? You're in a very similar situation you were last time around. Zenith gets one on the portal. Is it going to be enough? Spooch gets it done on the flip side. Curious to see that Spooch went the other direction. No teammates were toward B, and it can be just kind of a guessing game with the device, with the delay on the indicator on your HUD. So good to see that Spooch was able to convert one, and Zenith in your spawn on a 5. This should be another one coming through. Sire just needs to wait for his teammates off a spawn. He's going to get number 4. 2 in quick succession now. Eclipse with the pressure toward mid-map. They could maybe make this another one as well. They got to survive some of these initial gunfights, though. They got number 6 in your spawn you got to deal with, but the callouts are immaculate. The awareness is there. Zenith deals with it. And it's got to be another 3 dead. Look at that. I mean, everybody falling for the side of Void here. We got everybody doing their thing on Eclipse, pushing forward now. And if you get this 5th one, this might just be the nail in Void's coffin on this map here. You need to try not only defend, but get a little bit of map positioning at this halfway point. It's been all white in the kill feed as of late. And now Void looking to try and make a route happen. This could be it, though. You found the gap window. Summon guarantees that 3rd one. And that was, honestly, I feel like just a good route from Void there. Eclipse caught napping. They'll get the 3rd, so plenty of time to get a 4th here. With just over a minute left, and Omar slaying you in your spawn, which you're going to have to deal with here eventually. He tags up one. 2nd one low as well. You know he's here. You got the pressure. You got the drone. Can you find one more? Summon delivers that final kill, but the drone has been dropped. It's Spooch behind you. You're gonna have to deal with, or maybe not. Why not? Just W keep past. We are all tied up. 45 on the clock now. And Oblivion Void, I thought they might be a little late on the reset, but Vibe wins a crucial 1v1, and Dank maybe shot a little too early. We'll see if that ends up mattering here or not. Summon to shut you down on the cross. And a drone still in a dangerous territory here. Sire's not going to be able to pick up the second one, though. 27 now on the clock. This final score is going to be everything if you're able to find it here. And the drone is going to reset as well, but it's Eclipse with the pressure in your spawn. Can you find it? No. Drone's going to get dropped. Zenith still here, still cooking. Spooch as well toward top blue. Loses that gunfight, but the drone is running. Summoned with a nice nade to shut you down. 5 seconds left. Can you find the window? And you just walk it in. Zenith with the huge play at the very end of that one. Somehow makes it happen. It looked like Void were poised to maybe complete the ultimate Uno reverse card on you. But at the goal line, at the buzzer, it's gonna be Eclipse getting it done. Individual play to make it happen, and you will survive to see a map number 4. I do believe on Colossus coming up here. What a map. What a series, really. Both of these respawns have been incredible to watch. We'll just forget about the SND for now, but good stuff coming through from Summon and crew. But, I mean, it doesn't matter about the kills at the end of the day. It's about how you play off those kills, how you play the objective, and, I mean, Eclipse, man, just with some individual clutch-up moments at the end. I feel like Dank had a good map, you know, getting a couple of kills, you know, 2-3 pieces as well toward the end of that one. And, you know, I mean, we'll see if they can turn that into some momentum here. Into that Colossus. I'm looking for a big turnaround in this one, and we'll see if they can pull off the reverse sweep here. Zenith at the tail end of that one, getting the final dagger. And we'll see a Colossus HP and potentially a Dennis and D as well, as long as Eclipse can maintain this form. We'll be right back with that map number 4. I'm sure it'll be a very short break, so stay tuned. Told you it'd be a short break. We're back already. Colossus HP map number 4. Void looking to close it here in 4, and really it's going to be whether or not Eclipse can hold on. They held on gallantly in the first one on that overload, but going to have to pull off 2 more here to pull the reverse sweep. It's a difficult task, and we'll see if they're up for it here. Colossus HP can be a map where I feel like you can get outslayed and still win the map as well, so maybe in Eclipse's vein to try and pull this one off as well. Void looking to them to maybe lock in on some of their teamwork, especially some of their rotations, I feel like. in the first map where, you know, they were decent. They held for a little bit, but I feel like they pushed out a little too far, flipped a little bit too much on that Scar. And that could punish you on a map like this, where you could spawn in the back at summon. Oh my god, 3 in a row. Just rattles them off. Make it 4, why not? Goes for the free fire, gets all 4 of them. Aces you 6 free, and the Hellstorm already collected. Summon looking annoyed at how that last one panned out, trying to put a nail in Eclipse's coffin here. Zenith does make it through towards back, but, I mean, 3 players playing for you. Good luck trying to wiggle your way through all of them, and will be Void. The cash in on the rotation. Can you get the remainder of this P2 time? Still a lot left to collect, and looking to try and make something happen. Spooch and crew toward the front, just gonna flood in. Able to get 1, but the contest is on in, and both are gonna fall, make it all 3, make it 4 now, falling, so good stuff from Void. Start off this hard point, and I mean, they have been the better slaying team, and you know, I say you can win this map without slaying, but this is the most bang out map we got, so if you're not winning gunfights, it can be tough as well. So Zenith, you know, you clutched up last map, having a little bit of a rough start here at 1-7, looking at him to turn it up for his roster. Down about 60 points from 2 hills is not exactly ideal. We'll see if they can get something going on this P3, but it's going to be Eclipse winning a couple of gunfights in transition. They'll be the first to touch the time. And a big gunfight win from Statue as well. Will ensure that the pinch won't be needed as of yet, but as I say that, it will be Legacy picking up 1 here. He's shouldering to his best of his ability, still somehow alive and kicking after all of these gunfights going down, and it will be the 3 dead, so Void will break, but they're not going to pick up the pinch as of yet. Spooch able to get 1, not quite the second. That would have been a huge one to find. That'll make it a little bit more possible now for Void to hold, and they will indeed. So, Void, with a momentary, you know, momentary time going the way of Eclipse, they'll get right back onto the hill, and they still have the spawns for P4 as well. So, I mean, it's going to have to be a better effort from Eclipse now as another 3 dead. Dank wins a huge 1v1 though. Maybe a little bit of an overchill there, but doesn't matter. It'll be Eclipse with the 10, and they're going to have to push through anyway. We'll see how they approach this. You got 3 actually spawning in the back here. Nobody block. I swear, I'm a broken record. Nobody blocking in the back of Void. They're so far pushed out. Nobody anchoring those positions. I know you guys are probably new school players. They used to actually have the term, in quotations, anchor player back in the day. And for, I mean, situations like that, you just got to block. Otherwise, you're going to flip for absolutely free. And you see Summon gonna get gifted the spawns because the gunfights go your way. So it's not exactly disastrous on a map like this where spawns can be a little flip-floppy, but you gotta make sure you're locking in on those situations so you can afford to push out, you know? Hey, I've seen it cost teams, and it almost cost you in map number 1 on Scar if you're Void, so gotta make sure you're avoiding those mistakes, and we'll see if that's gonna be the case. And well, we'll see if Brink can get the fuck out my lobby real quick. My bad, Brink. Eclipse now, soaking the remainder of this time, and I mean, honestly, it probably should have been a hill that goes more purple for Void than you would think there. And now the gap, only 20 seconds after all said and done, so I would say successful P1 if you're Eclipse, despite getting kind of fried off the opening. I mean, 21 kills for Summon. Obviously, you know, you're outslanked by quite a bit, at least, you know, 15 kills or so, and you're only down 20, you'll take it, so it was the rough start in map 1, it's going to be the rough start here, but it hasn't mattered as much in this one. This is kind of what I was talking about going into this map, where it's a map you can get outslayed and still win if you're just doing better in the teamwork aspect, and yeah, Void making some mistakes. That might end up costing you here. We'll see if that's going to be the case, but they're going to be locking down P1 for the moment, getting all the kills in transition. Nade's not going to land Vibe for the slide shell, but he's going to slide right back into a nade, so unfortunate, really. Excuse me. He will get cleaned up, and so far, I mean, P1 has been pretty dominant for Void, doing their thing in this aspect. See if they can lock down P2. They did a decent job of it last time. They locked down about 30 to 40 seconds uncontested, which is surprising to me that they were able to flip P4, honestly, so easily when they did a great job on P2 on the next one. So it's interesting. Interesting nonetheless. We'll see if they make any more mistakes coming through. We'll see if Oblivion can't turn up in the slaying. They are getting outslayed by a decent margin on this map. It is starting to become a little concerning if you don't get a couple more gunfights to go your way, and with that 3 dead, now it's a chance for Void yet again to get on the point and soak, but Spooch with the nade, with the gun, getting it done. Having some fun. Pushing forward with his team, but I mean, who else but Summit to shut you down here? This guy's been absolutely cooking with the AR on this map. Looking like me on the map. Humble flex. What do they call it? Humble brag? Humble brag. Absolutely cooking on Colossus right now. 28 on the board. On pace for a potential 40 here. And it's, I mean, rinse and repeat for Void here. You get another, I mean, not quite 60, but about 40 seconds or so on P2. And you extend your lead to almost 70 points here as we go back to P3. So they make up for maybe the mistakes on that P4, and you just got to make sure you don't make them again here on this rotation. And it will be Void, though, this time on the P3 here first. So now it's Eclipse's turn to show us what you got on this break here. You're going to be approached from both sides. Zenith with the first one looking to try and make it more costly. And they will indeed break, so how long can you hold, though, with Omar going on this route? He's able to find one off spawn, stays alive, goes for the free fire. Not quite enough in the end here. Dank still holding on from the front. Eclipse, man, I feel like they've done a good job on this hill. Both times around, you know, they had the spawns first time, they held it for quite a bit. Second time around, they don't. They break quite quickly, and they've held on to a decent chunk of change on this hill. So, it's going to have to be Void now, holding on to the spawns for Duke, because that's not a good 3 dead. Summon gets 2 before you're able to clean him up. They do kind of get bailed out by Summon's 2-piece there. If he dies there, and that's probably the flip coming through. So, if you're Void, you should be thanking this man. Still not out of the woodwork yet. You got Dank on the point. But he's going to get quickly expelled, and Zenith for a nice trade. But the nade is going to be strong. Flying forward, looking for something, and it's going to be the 4 dead Void clean house. And like I said, got to be wary about the spawns. They will get them. So I like to see Vive backtrack their nose. They could get a little messy. Will be Void holding on. Nice win from Omar there. Huge double to find. Just slow them down on this approach. It can be it's so difficult to break this hill from the front when they have trophy systems. You can try and go for wall banks all day long, but the crossfires can be so annoying to deal with. Vibe for another double kill. Looking for a third one. Give him all of them. 4 spree for Vived. Closing in on that missile. He does slide out, and unfortunately he's going to die. But Summon, I mean, still has this Hellstorm to use if they need it on the bailout for a potential P2 or P3 break coming up on our 3rd and final rotation here. If you even need to use it, because P1 has been a great hill for Void. We'll see if they can lock it down here. Dank, maybe a little bit blind. Somehow able to win that gunfight. That player must have been incredibly low. Sire for the trade. And nice cleanup on the second one as well. And that might be the flip. Actually, no, not quite yet. Parallels, but the flip does happen for the rest. And they clean up Omar clean. So Eclipse finally getting that flip on the P1 that you needed. They've been spawning out yellow both times in this hill. They make an emphasis to try and push through statue this time, and they get the flip, and they're starting to win some more gunfights. Dank from the front, getting a couple of Sire on the 5 spree. Can't quite get the 6th, but heating up when you need him most. Cutting the gap to 50. Zenith with the pre-fire is going to need some help here. Finally gets shut down, but the spawns are going to flip yet again. 7 in the back. Who else but Summit already on 43 kills. Could potentially get 50 before this map is over. I called him the bailout, and indeed has been on this map. Eclipse looking to try and make a break happen. Spooch for the first. Dank on the front side of hill looking to try and get something, but the pistol is going to be better, and Void will stop all sorts of shenanigans from the front here. I believe you can technically win it on this hill, but with this contest time, maybe not anymore if you are Void. So you're going to have to rotate toward new. But you basically get within a stone's throw, winning a little scrap time if you're Void. And, I mean, Eclipse, you really have to try and hit this at least one more time. But it's going to be a tough go of it. 3 falling, make it 4 now, and at this point, you kind of have to cut your losses and go new. And, I mean, Omar thinking the same thing already at the side door. Not going to spot anything as of yet. And Spooch, you do get him off old time, and that's actually critical time to not collect here. That's 10 seconds of scrap not going your direction, but Omar on the flank. Staying alive for the moment, waiting for his opportunity to strike, and isn't even required. Teammate gets it done anyway. Omar gets the second one, and now Void 10 seconds away from closing it out. And it's a double nade from Vived, and that might just be the dagger here. The spawns are going to flip, and Omar cutting off the last remaining straggler. Zenith able to get 2 before falling here. Legacy on the point is all you're going to need, though. And it is going to be Oblivion Void taking the series in the map number 4 there. Getting it done on the Colossus. And I thought for a second we might be able to see that map number 5, but wasn't to be. Feel like a good effort, though, from Eclipse. Considering you got outslayed quite a bit on both the respawns, they put up a great effort, man. Actually, really at every respawn, I feel like they got outslayed, but good teamwork makes up for a lot of that, but it's still, if you get outslayed, you get outslayed. It's as simple as that. It'll be Void taking it in 4 and 47 from Summon in that one. I mean, there's not a whole lot you could do about it. If somebody just drops 47 on your forehead, they drop 47 on your forehead. I mean, there's only so much teamwork going into that when you're getting outslayed by that margin. So good stuff from Summon in that map and good stuff from Void. Closing it out in the map number 4, and they're going to be winning the Oblivion Org of Violence, I guess you could say. In the end here, 3-1. Close stuff in maps 1 and 3. We won't talk about that raid S&D, fellas. We'll just ignore that one. And that'll be it for the Oblivion Gauntlet tonight. Appreciate y'all coming out in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in. That was a fun one, for sure. It's I was curious a while ago when these teams were going to match up and how it was going to look. And, well, we got our answer for sure. I feel like Void, definitely the stronger team, especially in Search and Destroy, but pretty even, honestly, in the respawn department. Maybe, you know, you could argue Void a little bit better in the slang, but definitely got some stuff to work on, man, on the positioning on the map for sure. So we'll see if they could lock that in come playoff time, but appreciate y'all for coming out yet again. That is going to do it for me. I will catch you guys probably tomorrow. I do believe, what is today? Today's Saturday or Sunday. I think I do have one tomorrow that I will be covered, so be on the lookout for that one. But that's going to be the rest of it for tonight. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you guys back again later. Have a good one.
Every day they clocking me, red alert, I'm the dangerous, I keep that clock on me. And they ain't looking for no choke, I'm just looking out for me. Cause I done did shit the niggas ain't talking about, no rapping beat. Boy, I'm talking tragedy, masking, casualty. Shit that I can't even remember, bet they remember me. Shit that happened late in December, I bring that winter heat. Niggas dying the whole October, the real Halloween. Back to back funerals, it's them or us, it's him or me. Don't get booked cause ain't no bum money, we doing this shit for free. If he told her that ain't my homie, that little nigga weak. If I miss ain't going to sleep, I'm in the streets, we play for keeps. 2011. August 11th, RIPOD, August 9th, 2 days before, I turned 17, 21 to 45, I'm like, what the fuck that mean?
You fighting an armed robbery, shorty, that's what they offer.